Are y'all ready to get fired up? And I'm talking about Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire. We're going to mix it with, you guessed it, Tennessee Apple. You know why we got to do these right now, Will, together? Because they're under 80 proof. They're going to go bad eventually. We need to chug them.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I've got my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
You're not even going to interact with me.
No, because that's not how we start the show. I like cohesiveness.
You got this mold, and it's like one of those ice molds of the Death Star that doesn't really work, by the way. Speaking of gifts to not get in the holiday season, you don't want to get the daggum Death Star freaking stupid Rubbermaid thing because you can't get it to work. It ends up coming out looking like a daggum, like it looks like a plastic Death Star half moon that a cat
that's no moon.
Hawked up.
That's a space station.
Right. Yeah, it's no moon.
All right. So this is Grease was not here last week. I had a fill-in.
I was here. I was here.
You weren't here on the stream. If you're watching live on YouTube, youtube.com/the podcast. I had a fill-in for the co-host for the first time ever, and that was my buddy Eric Smith, the Whiskey Mutant. He did a great job. Thank you, everyone, for indulging us. We had fun. We talked about snacks. It was a silly time. Grease was on his 8th vacation of the year, actually of the 4th quarter of 2021, and now he's back. Did you have a good Christmas?
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but Matt gets vacations and Grease gets vacations. So really,
okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. Well,
that's not official.
Well, it's official key.
How many times has Grease been fired?
There hasn't been a. Speaking of fired,
for those of you listening to the podcast, he's holding up a bottle of Jack Daniel's Fire.
I already said that
right now. No, but when you said speaking of, and then you.
Right. Instead of that's what she said this week, I'm just gonna be like, speaking of fire, bam, Jack Daniel's Fire.
Great, another failed gimmick by the Grease.
Right. It's one of those things that where like I treat it like a sponsor, and in no way did they sponsor it.
Pour us?
I don't know. It's just a weeded bourbon.
Oh, okay. Smells good.
Yeah, it does smell good.
Yeah.
I have all of the sample bottles that are active right now. When I say active, I mean like with stuff in them.
Okay, let's
and like that's what we're gonna be.
Let's
drinking.
hone in here a little bit. So we everyone hope you had a good Christmas, and Grease, hope you had a good Christmas. Did you get anything whiskey related for Christmas?
I don't want to talk about that yet.
I do want to talk about that.
First,
I do actually want to talk about that.
I need to give you your Christmas gift.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, so I've gotten you. What did I get? The barrel stave coasters.
Yeah, those are cool. I have them.
What did I do last year? Did we even do gifts last year?
I think we were like, this is a mulligan.
Yeah. I think a lot of people. Well, I had a bottle of mulligan.
Yeah, that's not what it was.
It was not. That was not good.
That's not a good
talk
gift.
about a drain pour.
Yeah,
we use that actually to. I don't know if you know this or not, but pro tip out there: if you've got a whiskey that you don't like, pour it into a glass, and if you've got like fruit flies or something in the summer, you just put that glass out there, and next morning you're coming up.
I can see your house acquiring some flies.
Right.
Yeah.
It happens every year.
That.
Well, we live next to a creek, and my kids don't. I literally installed the spring things on every exterior door because I was tired of my kids just being like, I don't know how to shut that.
Oh, like an automatic closer?
Yeah. So
I didn't know quite
close.
what you meant by spring things on the door, but
oh yeah, dude.
There's a lot of different springs that can happen, like the doorstop spring,
natural spring.
All
right, here's your. All right, so I've gotten you whiskey something related. I went out of the box this time.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, I went out of the box, but it's actually in a box.
All right.
But I thought this would be fun.
What's this?
It's Monster Bass.
What's Monster Bass?
I bought you a 3-month subscription to a bunch of like the mystery box fishing tackle.
That's awesome.
And I have videos to send you.
I need a slicer.
Well, it was right there.
Where's your knife?
My wife. Oh, there it is, right here.
I knew it was on that side. Oh, this is awesome, Grease. This is very kind.
I know. Well,
Very
so
thoughtful.
I know that there's some sense of solace when you go fishing.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? Like getting him a gift of like anything bourbon related is
that's cool.
fine.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get him a bunch. Now I don't know if there's flies in here or not. I don't think
this is awesome though. I love it.
I don't think because I know you're super into fly fishing, and I wonder if I can change the box.
I don't know. This is cool though.
Well, it was before I knew you were getting super into flies.
Well, I just got into it.
Yeah, but do you know how to attract? Like, if you lose flies, do you know how to attract them?
You get a mulligan bottle.
You get a mulligan bottle. You put it in a glass.
This is really
leave
cool.
it overnight.
I love it. Thank you, Grease.
So you have 2 more of those boxes coming.
Well, Merry Christmas to me. I appreciate it.
Right,
and it looks like it's got some.
Yeah, you can measure your fish on.
It has some videos too. It says "Learn from the pros."
Yeah, so every box, like they send out a video too of like showing you how to do it.
There's like a lot of stuff in here.
I know.
It's a pretty lures.
It's a pretty good deal.
Some big bait bite worms going on.
Yeah,
hang on to those.
There should be some beef jerky.
Smalley smasher.
Is there beef jerky in there?
I don't see.
Wait, did you say Molly Smasher?
No, Smalley, like smallmouth.
Okay,
that's cool. I love it. Thank you very much. It's very appreciative. Not Molly Smasher, please. Well, I did go fishing on yesterday.
I know.
Yeah,
and I was excited about it, and I wanted you to talk about fishing.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's like we all are looking for it, since this whiskey hobby became like work.
Right.
You got to find another hobby to unwind.
Right.
Yeah. So I like going out because we have a smaller river that cuts through Franklin, Tennessee. It's the Harpeth River, and that's where we live. So, but it's really accessible. It's not too crowded, but it's also like you don't have to drive far out of town to get to it.
And they're stocking it this week
on the 4th of January. Yeah, next Monday with trout. So they say it's not like
that's the day I go to the doctor.
Cut it out. It's the streams gets too warm in the summer for like trout to live there natively, so they die off. So they have to stock it every year to have a trout fishing season. But it also has like naturally occurring fish, has smallmouth, largemouth.
Well, hell, if they're cold blooded, why don't they migrate?
That's not really how it works.
It kind of is.
It's not like a bird. Well, they're already in other streams.
Right. Well, why don't they just go north? You're telling me you can't swim north.
Well, they'd have to go to like all the way to the Tennessee River and then make their way north.
Right.
Yeah. Or to the Cumberland River.
Why do they just sit
then
there
go
and die?
Cumberland River, go all the way up to Kentucky, and then get stuck at a dam?
There's two.
Eventually they're going to run into a dam.
Well, okay.
And then if it's too big of a dam, you can't get over it. Can't go under it.
I don't give a damn.
You got to go through it.
Now, there's 2 people in this world. One, people that are just going to sit there and die.
Yeah.
And then there's the other people that are like, you know what? I'm going to swim north. You know what?
These are
take on that.
They're dumber fish anyways because they were farmed and they're built. They were raised at a fish hatchery. So it's not like wild trout that they.
Well, why don't we figure out how to make freaking smart fish? Like if we can make dumb fish, I feel like we can make smart fish.
Well, I don't think it has to do with. It's more like their learned genetics and like passed down survival techniques, and these are just fish in
they're like
hole getting food thrown to them every day until they're a foot long, and then they throw them into the river, and then
I'm a 30 generation freaking minnow.
But it's also like because it's stocked and they know they'll die off if they're not all caught. There's like a 5 limit a day. Like
why'd you say caught? Weird.
I was trying to say something else, and
captured and then caught
something, and I switched it mid word, and I thought I got away with it.
No, you didn't.
You lingered. I don't know how to say caught.
Oh,
caught.
I understand.
Yeah, caught. Been caught. No, it's yesterday because it's been really warm around here. I went to the river and was fishing a little, and it's like, oh, it's cold weather. I was wading out in the river.
Yeah,
and I
with waders on.
I took a selfie to send to like friends, like a middle schooler would. And then right after I took it, I turned around and there was a snake swimming by me in the river. And I was like, I thought it was too cold for you, buddy. And
it's
not.
What kind do you think it was?
I think it was like a garter snake or a water
Easy.
snake or something
Easy.
that likes the aquatic nature, but it wasn't like a cottonmouth or anything. Or a copperhead.
Speaking of cottonmouth, Jack Daniel's fire. I really do want to take an ounce and an ounce, mesh them together, and you and I take a shot of it.
Like a cinnamon apple.
Right. Like, yes, I know what it tastes like. I'm just saying, like, we might as well just do both of them at the same time instead of just being like, oh, yeah, I really want to taste the fire. You know what I mean?
I want to taste the fire out of it.
All right. There.
I don't really want this.
Yeah, you do.
I've already got whiskey in this glass.
That's great. I'm just going to make a blend real quick. Dixon, eat your heart out, buddy. Oh, man. Ooh, this apple actually kind of smells like a daggum blow pop.
Yeah, like candy apple. So back to that. And thank you for the present. That's
you're welcome.
That's really kind.
Remember
thoughtful.
Remember when we blended Minichevitz wine and Screwball?
This smells like a bathroom candle. This smells like a daggum Christmas time bathroom candle. Patrick, I'm gonna need you to smell my glass.
No, if food wasn't served at Cracker Barrel, this smells like Cracker Barrel.
Or like one of those brooms that they sell, you know what I mean, that are air fresheners.
Yes, yeah, the broom. Yeah,
I hate those things.
They look like witches' brooms, but they just reek of cinnamon.
This is not a pleasant aroma.
But it's
no. The apple candles never smell good.
But you kind of get it's a little softer than a normal, just fireball, Tennessee fire.
All right, I'm gonna taste it.
All those expressions.
I don't want to taste this. It actually makes me kind of.
Well, that's why I said we have to shoot it.
Smells. I'm not shooting. That's 2.5 ounces. I'm not shooting it. I'll pour most of mine.
I poured mine a little lower. I was just no.
Oh, I was going to give you more.
You'll give me what I tell you to. Not good. Like seriously not. I mean, there's a reason why they separate them in the bottles. Can we just be honest?
They don't come as one, and they have to divert the streams. That's why they separate them. They don't put it in the same bottle.
Never cross the streams.
It's just not good, Grease. It's kind of gross. I mean, it's so syrupy. It's so syrupy sweet.
Apple by itself,
not good.
It's too sweet.
Well, that's where I think, because the fire wasn't that sweet.
Dude, that's why I think that peach noodle's freaking great for this reason.
Yeah. Robert Shea says, can we get some more Whiskey the Pooh episodes, please? That's a niche art form.
Right.
There's like Robert and like 2 other people that like it.
You say niche or niche?
I say niche.
When I'm around people that I think are smarter than me, I default to niche, and I don't want to.
I just say niche.
Right.
Will's having flashbacks of his 21st birthday. No, I did not drink syrupy crap.
Oh, God.
I drank a lot of beer.
I drank a lot of flavored vodka.
I know you did. That's more like Grease is having flashbacks of his 21st
I never drank this stuff. Although this would have probably... Here's the deal. There's a huge market for this stuff. Crazy.
Yeah, just not me.
I know. It's like this... Like one of my wife's uncles literally is just like, I mean, I got Crown Apple if you want some. I'm like, no.
I'm good.
I don't want Crown Apple. I actually don't want Crown.
Crapple.
Oh, yeah, Crapple.
Yeah.
It's Krampus.
Krampus. So,
Merry Krampus.
A little inside joke Grease talking about. There's a monster called Krampus. It's like a Christmas demon that steals the presence of bad children or something like that.
Right.
And there's been some
they used to call him the Grinch, and then it's not what they call it anymore.
Krampus predates the Grinch.
Right. The Grinch got canceled.
No, that was Elf, I think.
Krampus. Oh yeah, as of today. Elf.
So that's like one of those clickbaity headlines.
Can I be honest with you?
That boomers latch on to.
The movie Elf is stupid.
I watched it the other night and I chuckled.
Well, yeah, there's a couple of funny parts in there.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
No,
for
it's
sure.
it's if for someone that says literally that's a Christmas movie,
Well, I
like
mean-
oh that's the Christmas movie, then I'm sorry, I don't know what school system you were a part of, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you something that was not funded well.
Fighting words.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Of course, it's a Christmas movie. It's about Santa Claus and an elf and all like everything Christmas.
You know what? Give Christmas Cupid a whirl.
Oh
and
yeah,
just see and
Christmas
just see
Cupid's
what you think.
pretty good. I love the Ghost of Christmas Past and that one.
I
you
know
what I mean.
I do know what
more
you
like
mean.
the Ghost of Christmas Ass. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude,
that was a good one.
Oh man, that was good.
He's a good looking dude.
Now I will say this much. You know, coming in hot, Ghost of Christmas Past and Christmas Cupid. By the way, y'all need to look it up. It's on Hulu right now, and Patrick, our buddy's in it. He's the Ghost of Christmas Past, and he rolls up in there with freaking shoulder pads on. He's in a football uniform.
Oh, I'm thinking like an 80s suit, shoulder pads.
Yeah,
like real power, like Bonfire of the Vanities.
Oh, like Arsenio Hall used to have.
Yeah, that'll work.
You know, like in that yeah, you used to have those big old tall.
Yeah,
I mean, could be
Master of the Universe.
I don't know, but here I do want to say this. I'm gonna need to talk to Patrick about this because he probably knows because of the director and everything. I don't understand how the cheerleaders that weren't ghosts saw Patrick as the ghost. Because they made a tunnel for him to walk through, run through, and everything.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's some dude.
The Ghost of Christmas Past is a football player.
We need to actually think about this ahead of time, and next Christmas have Patrick on the show. And we just talk about that movie.
I'm fine with
because
that.
he's got like
knowing
so
us, we'd
crazy
probably
stories.
do it in like February. Because hey, Cupid,
he was 17, dude.
Oh, well, then you can't lust after him.
It's too young. I guess it depends on what country you're
all
watching.
Right, so back about what we were going to say about Krampus. All this to say is that we were on the WDW Today podcast and we were talking and we said something about Krampus and Grease goes, saying about Krampus? He thought we were saying Christmas, but weirdly. And he's like, then we're like, that's
I thought they were just saying Christmas crappy.
Yeah, and we're like, that's how you say it in Northeast Georgia. Like, y'all ready for Krampus?
right. That's what it is. No, it's like they say
y'all ready for Krampus?
Yeah,
y'all got your Christmas, y'all got your Krampus gifts ready.
Well, I was gonna say it's like, oh man,
yeah, Jim Bob and Billy Sue are coming over for Krampus dinner.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's more like they're really saying Christmas. We're just like, hey man, you're Christmas.
You come for Christmas?
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah, your papaw would say it that way. Right.
Hell, son, you been good going to get Christmas.
Yeah,
going to get Christmas.
I don't know why it's so funny to me.
I don't know either because it's true. That's why it's like some of the best. Like, I wouldn't call this comedy actually, but I mean, no, this is actually terrible content.
Yeah. I think it's funny though. I keep laughing at Krampus.
Dude, let's do a Fairview Liquors.
I'm still on this mystery. Grease clearly has been not drinking for the past couple of days because he's like, just give me everything.
Oh man, no,
I brought us something for the 15 though, and it's I'm gonna say it's a thank you gift from Eric for you letting it. Yeah, he sent it ahead of time.
What? Eric Greenway?
No, Eric Smith for letting him fill in for you.
Oh, great. I let him? I wasn't given an option.
Yeah, huh? I said, what do you think about?
You know, I know.
Yeah, huh?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, but look what he sent us.
I'm trying to paint you as a dictator.
It's that Four Roses gift shop OBSV 20 year.
Right. We should do that.
For the 15.
I'm gonna need to clear my palate of all of what that just happened with the Jacks.
Oh, apple juice.
Oh, we each got it.
Yeah, Zachary Jones goes, y'all celebrate Krampus in Talladega?
Talladega.
Yeah, y'all celebrate Krampus in Talladega? That's a callback, Zach. That's a callback.
Dude, do you remember that thing like how to like sentences in the South, and it was like literally the letter M, the letter R, snakes.
Yeah.
And it was like,
no, crooked letter.
I'm sorry.
Mississippi.
What?
That's how you spell Mississippi. M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter.
No.
I, no.
It's like MR snakes, MR not OSA,
Oh, yeah,
OSAR.
Yeah,
And it's like OSAR.
Yeah.
And then they were
MR
like
snakes.
LIB, MR snakes. Oh yeah, see them itty bitty eyes. And
Yeah.
like, it's stupid. It's
Yeah,
dumb.
that was a tangent
That
we
was.
both went on.
But I typically do that. Do they use scan? Speaking of tangents, do they use Scantrons in school for tests still, or is it all like, oh, get your iPhones out and do facial ID?
It's just Face ID. Just Face ID. Great. See him itty bitty eyes.
Oh man, Merry Christmas.
Merry Krampus. Oh yeah. So I want to go back to Christmas though. For Krampus, for you, what did you get anything whiskey related for Christmas? I got from my wife. I got some rocks glasses that have like flies on them, painted flies.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's like a theme.
Yeah.
And then she also gave me a single barrel from Leaper's Fork bottle that's from Westside Liquors.
That's great. That sounds good.
I know.
Yeah. The only bottle of whiskey that I got this year was for my mother, and my mom called Will for help.
She texted me,
which typically
it's cool.
Which typically feels like a great asset to have. Like, Will, co-host, friend, mom loves him. He loves her. Will, what can I get Matt?
That's not what she asked me.
What did she ask you?
She said, I'm deciding between one of these bottles and I can't get both. And she sent me a picture of
I know
two bottles. One you already owned.
Right.
And so I said, well, he already has one, so I would go with the other. He's talked about it before.
And this isn't even the king of bourbon, but I put that tag on there.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, Lusty Claw.
No, Lusty Claw. Here's the deal.
No, my favorite thing is
she didn't watch our video at all.
No. The best part is that the next week after she texted me about that, and it was the top mistakes bourbon drinkers make, and we said buying a bottle based off of the packaging. And then you held up the bottle of the other option was Derringer. And we were talking about this just based off the packaging, but Grease does it all the time. And she texts me and goes, did I make an because I think I broke one of the rules. I said, no. He's going to love it.
He's going
to love it.
It is the greatest bottle that's ever existed in whiskey.
Like,
hands down.
Yes. No, that's seriously the other thing.
Name and bottle, like, it's garbage. It's not good whiskey. But I still want it.
I've actually had it before.
I have too.
It's not. I've had a lot worse. Oh, what are we talking about? Derringer?
Lusty Claw.
Yeah. That's Lusty Claw. It's not.
I've had worse than Lusty Claw. It's called Derringer.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. If she had gotten you Derringer and you hadn't already owned it,
I would have been so upset.
No, and you hadn't already known about it.
Oh, I'd have been like, oh, hell
yeah, you would have been over the moon. So your mom actually knows you and bought well for you. And Lusty Claw is something you've talked about wanting to get that we've never seen on the shelves around here.
Here's the deal. I appreciate you answering my mom's question. I think that's really sweet of you. However, what's not sweet of you is saying, pump the brakes, Mama Grease. What else do you got there at the store? Send me a picture. Yeah, that'd have been pretty good.
I'll make it up to you and her.
I'll
make it up to y'all.
She likes Weller Special Reserve.
I know.
She's a tater.
No,
because apparently Weller Special Reserve is not good.
I think she has good taste. She picked you.
Don't talk about what my mom.
She picked
taste.
Okay.
How? What? I don't know what the context was.
She has good taste.
2 weeks ago, I made an under the cuff reference of like, I've tasted your skin and not good or something like that. And I just watched it back and I was like,
in the Peach Nulu.
Yeah.
reference in that. It was really great.
Hold on. Sorry, Grease did a.
I did a what thing?
No, you. I'm just making sure. Yeah, you cleaned up the studio, which is really nice. But these are a little taut, so I moved my mic and I just unplugged our audio. So we're back though.
Okay.
Well, you got a lot of slack here. So
So they can't hear us right now.
now they can.
Oh, now they.
But I got to go back to here. Sorry, folks. We're good.
Okay, so now we're good. All right, we lost it again.
Y'all went to Miami. Did you have any whiskey drinks down there?
We did go down there. I will say this much. So it was Hollywood Beach. It was in between Miami and Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Fort Laud. I think we were in it was a very nice resort. However, here's my theory. Okay. I think whoever had our room prior to us getting there had some sort of rage issue and ripped the safe out of the closet and threw it over the balcony. Then I think they took a chair and threw it over the balcony. We were missing so many things that if I was in a hotel room and I was pissed off, I would grab these.
Grace is really looking for a safe.
Well, yeah. You can't be too safe without you got to have a safe.
No, all those things have like the same default management code.
What do you mean? Like there's a 4-digit code or something?
Yeah, so like and everyone knows them that like work at the hotel. So if you're thinking your stuff is safe in there, it's not.
Well, I can't. You did this with TSA, and I already had issues with that. I was literally eyeing every single one of those TSA agents when I was flying. I was about
to tell you
I was looking at them like, listen, are we cool? Like I'm like, we cool, dude? Like, there's a really cool travel decanter in there, which by the way was stud.
It worked well.
Oh yeah, I mean, worked well, meaning that there was nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
it got there great.
I
got to talk about Alec.
Did you finish that entire bottle of Eagle Rare of Kentucky Owl 9 or 10?
10, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You want to hear the greasiest thing?
Sure.
What was the reason I took it down there?
Because it was already open.
No.
Oh.
A lot of things are open.
Oh, no, I thought you opened and you're like, oh, but then you had to open
I text Alec.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know exactly what this is.
Not Baldwin, the other one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's actually not balding.
Okay. So you were taking
Alec Rubin of Alec and Bradley and Alec Bradley, which by the way I didn't really pay attention. Those are two different companies. But
so you go down there,
yeah, and he hadn't had Kentucky Owl, none of the bourbons,
right? And you were,
and I was like,
I'm gonna do a solid,
just chunking 10 in there, whatever, and gonna take it down there. And I left it at the hotel when I went to go see him.
Yep, that is.
That's
par
on point.
For the Grease course.
Yeah, it's on point. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. It's so stupid. I texted him like 500 times, like, dude, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. We get there.
He knew that, though.
And he gives us a tour. So, by the way, Alec is the Alec for Alec Bradley Cigars, which I've had, actually, the only reason I have ever had Alec Bradley Cigars is because of Adam Shelton.
Speaking of, yeah.
Oh, he's
watching tonight. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Grease was trying to lock up his keys. It's not funny.
Continue.
I went to see Alec, and I really enjoy his cigars, specifically the Gatekeeper, which I thought was like a one-off quickie, and it's not. And it was like it like made like the.
That's what she said. I thought it was a one-off quickie.
Yeah.
And it's not.
It's not.
Grease is still around.
A limited edition. And it won 7th place in the world like last year.
Oh.
In cigars.
Congrats,
in the entire yeah, hell yeah. Congrats. Okay, I just got nervous for a second. I thought this was that Jack. And so we get there. He's taking us on this tour. I'm seeing like I mean, 5 shelves tall, huge warehouse, huge boxes. They got a forklift for all these freaking cigars. And he's literally telling me, like, yeah, dude, like all this is like in and out, like so freaking fast. I'm just like, this is insanity. Because I mean, the pandemic's been really good for whiskey and cigars.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think it's like I think cigar smokers are smoking them more.
Yeah.
But then I also think
people are picking up new vices. They're at home. They want something to do. Yeah, I get that.
they're called cigars. They're not called vices, but sure.
You can be so difficult.
The vices are for woodworking and stuff.
So difficult.
Speaking of vice,
you're about to have that, and you're on
January
4th. You're gonna have something else in a vice.
Yeah, actually, I think it's just like a laser singe or something like that.
Well, you feel a tug. I hear that's the worst part.
Stop it!
I hear the tug is the worst part.
It's like there's something
and
like
the pressure.
Is there like a haunting? Like,
and then when you smell,
I hear there's a haunting.
When you
smell.
smell the burning,
right?
That's a rough one.
Right. I can't wait for the text messages that literally say, "Thanks, I had to explain what we're discussing right now to my children that are in the car." Because technically we're keeping this clean right now, but it's still very.
No one knows what we're talking about.
Right. Everybody else is stupid.
Man, the old tendon surgeries, tough.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they call them?
No, just try. Okay. You really are dumber than they look.
Who's they?
You.
Oh.
But Matt and the grease.
All right, so I go in the warehouse. Anyway, Alex like pulling cigar, like whatever. He's like, man, you gotta try this one. You gotta try this one. You gotta try this. So we go in there and we're drinking. Golly, we had some rare breed, non-chill filtered, limited edition from. It's like in the duty free stuff. So whenever they travel, and they come back, they snag that. Mm-hmm. Oh, what else did I have? Details are fuzzy after that pour. But they were good.
You went with Paul.
I went with Paul. Yeah.
What'd he think?
Father-in-law.
I saw him holding court with Alec.
Oh, he was. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
He. I mean, and the funny thing is Paul's text a couple of times.
And Paul is the guy that named you the greaser.
Greaser, and then you shorten it.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's Greasor, who you don't.
And who you were fishing with. Who you always go fishing with on the boat.
Yeah. So if I ever talk about, there's that story about us getting caught out in the ocean, and there was, we thought we were dead, and I caught a shark earlier, and so I thought it was going to come and eat me. Like, payback, I know the weather, Grease. Like one of those things.
Yeah.
There's that story out there. He's that guy that took me on that trip, and like, I don't know if you saw the stories from that day, but
no, that's what I'm saying. That's where it looked like he was
He was telling us about the donut shop.
No, I saw it. Yeah, in the scantily clad donut shop.
Yeah. I don't think there's any clad to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I don't want no clad. I started it, then I stopped because then I said it back to myself. I'm like, that's not good.
That's one of the best times.
I tried to stop.
That's when you laugh at yourself a lot, but that was one time you were laughing at your stupidity.
Stupidity.
And you were like, I can't stop. It's so dumb.
It's so no, like I could stop, but then I was like, I've already committed.
And
I didn't want to explain myself. And then I ended up explaining myself because I did.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, Alec and Brad. By the way,
his brother, right?
His brother.
Yeah, because Alec Bradley are the brothers.
Yeah. And I'm not talking about Alan right now. I'm gonna have to reserve that for either
that's
another
the
show
father, right?
Yeah, well, some people call him a father. Yes.
Oh,
I mean, Godfather would be another good one to say.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, he's super rad to talk to. He's super intelligent, super fun.
Our buddy, Dr. Jones.
Do it on a Friday. Lots of ice and TV for the weekend. Feeling good by Monday.
Yeah, this dum is doing it on a Tuesday.
Well, because that's all I could get.
Oh yeah,
that's all I could get. I mean, dude, like literally every day that goes by is literally anxiety ridden.
Every day could be a turn.
I literally took the first appointment available.
So funny.
They were like, "Yeah,
I'm just going to throw this out there. If it's really anxiety inducing, you could just wrap it up and then not be anxious? Well, what do you prefer? Or I'm so stressed.
Well, but I mean, I've got a vice, Will, and when I say vice, I mean Tennessee Fire. I'm literally
that's why you probably have so much anxiety, because you come down here to the Nook, hit a few, and go upstairs, and then you're like, oh no, what did I do? What have I done?
Well, it's typically somewhat peaceful down here. And it's just like, man, this is firing on 100 cylinders right now.
Yeah.
And then you go back upstairs.
It's not going to be firing on a whole 100 cylinders come January 4th. Oh my gosh. I know it.
You are the worst.
Oh my God.
You are dude. Our first non-E rating is going to be because of Will.
So speaking of, someone said something about Mama Grease in the chat, and I wanted to think of. So over Christmas, we had so many people in town. We had my parents, my sister, Samantha's mom, and we had everyone in town, right? And I mean, not everyone, but it was a full house, plus our kids and us. So we like shuffled around where people were sleeping and everything. And Samantha and I were sleeping on a pull-out couch.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I go, the Grease was conceived on one of these things. And she just goes, no.
Wait. Was she saying like, no? Tell me more.
She's like, I've heard the story. No.
Okay.
It was like shutting it down. First of all,
yeah.
if you're like flirting with me line is about Grease being conceived, hard stop.
Oh yeah. I don't think you want to use that one, y'all.
Well, I tried it. Didn't work.
I don't think.
The Grease was conceived on one of these things.
Right. And for most people, like their spouse doesn't even know I exist or who Grease is. And so if in the potential moment you bring up so many questions with a statement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't work out for you. I'm just going to tell you, just don't do that.
Oh, but can I tell you about how Samantha saved Christmas?
That is all I've wanted to talk about the entire time. And then we got to talk about bottles of the year.
Oh yeah.
Then we got to talk about the balls of the year.
I thought about doing that as a video. Our top bottles
of the year.
Yeah.
Well, I have it in the thing, but you know what? We don't have to do that. We can just scratch that.
Stay tuned,
because I like that idea.
Yeah. So it was on Christmas Eve morning. We were gonna have like a breakfast casserole.
It was Christmas Eve morning, and Will and Samantha were going to make a breakfast casserole.
I wasn't making anything. It was just Samantha.
Will wasn't making anything.
And she went.
It was just Samantha's second edition.
She went to the store and was looking for, it's got sausage and egg and cheese and everything in it, but it has hash browns in it.
Yeah.
And so she went to 4 different grocery stores. She's trying to get like the red bag of frozen hash browns in the freezer section.
Let me guess. A couple of Publix, a Kroger, and a Sprouts.
I don't know what the 4th was.
It's definitely Sprouts. It's right across from the Kroger.
I don't know. She may have made a journey. She may have gone to another Kroger.
Well, why would she chance that?
Because what's more likely to have frozen hash browns? Sprouts or Kroger?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No. Kroger definitely does.
So this was this was Thursday before Christmas. So she was driving around, went to 4 grocery stores. None of them had frozen hash browns. None. All sold out. Hash brown shortage in the United States of America right now.
Right. It's almost like those. You ever had those pastry puff thing, the shells, the little bitty shells with the rivets or whatever? It's just like this. You can put
their pastry puffs.
They're like these little shells they're little pie shells, but they're baby
pie crusts.
It's not a pie crust. It's literally it's a pastry. They're freaking great. Will, are you serious right now?
I just don't know if you're describing what you think you're describing.
I am.
Because in my head, I'm thinking like a giant macaroni shell.
No, I
know, but you said pastry. But is it shaped
it looks like a
shaped like a conch?
I don't know.
Like a conch?
No, it looks like a cupcake wrapper would look,
Okay.
but it's pastry.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, just throw some cream cheese in there,
I
some
know-
pine
yeah.
nuts, and some pesto. Freaking great. Side idea.
Yeah.
Cream cheese.
Oh yeah, those
Pepper jelly.
things.
Yeah. What are those called? Shell,
Dadgummit.
something
No,
shells.
find another brand that.
Dude,
isn't
he's
as
just trying to
shells.
give his number out on freaking YouTube right now.
I synced it.
It just says Fifel shells.
Filio shells.
Filio shells.
Yeah.
Filio.
So
Do you do paleo? No, I do filio.
So, yeah, you look like you do. So then we were going to she after 4, she's like got desperate. What would I have done? Probably packed it up and gone home.
Right.
Said we're doing some other sort of or bought potatoes
Right.
and tried to make hash browns myself with a grater.
You interviewed 4 people before me, and then that's when you got desperate.
Yeah, right.
But you didn't have to do what Samantha ultimately did.
Right. So what did she do? She went to the one place
That
she knew would have hash browns. Waffle House.
Right.
Rolled up in there, and I said, "Did you go to the nice Waffle House or did you go to the sketchy Waffle House?" She goes, I went to the sketchy Waffle House.
That's not a sketchy waffle. If you think that's a sketchy waffle,
Between the two in the area, there is the brand new gorgeous one, and then there's the one on 96 next to the Best Western.
right
With
next to Barrels and Brews.
right, but which used to be a Shoney's. So they're cleaning up the neighborhood, but it wasn't always a fine liquor store.
I need you to be like kind of semi-honest with me right now.
Okay.
How often did you eat at Shoney's when it was like in its prime?
When I was a kid,
Yeah, like 90s,
all the time. I had like 4 Shoney bears. We stayed at a Shoney's hotel one time. And when I say hotel, motel,
yeah,
where you got, if you stayed there as a kid, you got a Shoney bear, but you also got a free breakfast at the Shoney's. It was literally a motel connected to Shoney's. Name me one other food chain. Like imagine an Outback hotel. And every room came with a bloomin' onion.
well, so you talking about hotels just reminded me that I never told you about the drinks that I had.
Well,
on-
I'll get
on
back
my
to it.
trip.
Yeah. So she goes into the Waffle House.
It's probably the only whiskey related thing that we've talked about so far, so we just need to circle back to it. 'cause
Yeah,
we
we'll get there.
we,
No,
uh,
we talked about all sorts of whiskey things.
Did we?
Yeah.
Like what? Felicio or whatever?
Jack Daniels.
Oh, we did do that. I don't think that counts.
So we Ryan Russell did call me and said Howard Johnson's because they did have the restaurant and the anyhow, continuing on. So
Okay, so she
rolls
went to the Waffle
up
House,
into the Waffle House
and she said,
and she goes, I need to buy your hash browns.
"How do you want them?"
I don't think they even said that. I think it was the person knew exactly what she meant and said, let me go get my manager. Goes and gets the manager. The manager comes back. She goes, I need to buy your uncooked hash browns.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, it's a 5-pound box. And like, we can't separate it. And because she's like, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
if I know my husband coming back with less than 5 pounds, you're not going to get scattered, covered, and capped that night. That's for sure.
yeah. So she came back with a box of Waffle House hash browns. She paid $25 for it, which
Great.
is arguably the greatest purchase in the history of humanity.
Right.
And so
honestly, that's a little higher than I thought. I was
Really?
thinking it was going to be like $15. Uncooked hash browns?
But so, and you have to follow the steps. She actually like wrote, because it says like prepped by, and she wrote Samantha. She did the whole thing. It was funny. But you pour,
She wrote on the box.
it's like a giant milk carton. Like like in school, like the
Yeah.
chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It's like that,
Right.
but a 5-pound box of dehydrated hash browns. So you pull the tab at the front,
dude, Waffle House is green
And
as
then-
can be. I
then-
know their colors
then
are
you-
yellow and black, but they're pretty green.
but then you pour water up to the fill line and close it and let it soak for 2 hours.
Yes.
Then there's a hole at the bottom. You punch the hole in and you let it drain for 20 minutes. So
Right.
whatever leftover water was in there drains out into the sink. Then you're ready to cook your hash browns, and they're good for 6 days post opening. So she used it for that. And then the next morning, I, on a cast iron skillet, made my own scattered, smothered, covered at home.
I've never been more aroused on this show than I am right now. There's things. I'm actually more excited about that news that's even freaking feasibly possible to do, Will,
I know.
than I am if someone called me and said, "Hey, do you want to buy a Pappy 15 for $150?" I would much rather walk away with a life skill than one bottle of Pappy.
All right, move your face away. There we go. There is the box for those of you watching on YouTube. The 5-pound box of Waffle House.
Overexposed. Well, you can't even see it.
What are you talking about? Well, whose fault is that, lighting dude? Yeah, the people can see it.
Yeah, now that you dimmed it.
You're kind of dim. But
I don't know why they call
my
it damn
favorite-
wit when they
my
should say
favorite
damn will.
thing, it says, do not add any salt to this box. Salt has already been added
Heck yeah.
in a bright yellow ribbon. And by yellow, I mean red.
Right.
Then, I didn't even notice the place potato ring on flat grill set at 400. With a 1/2 ounce ladle, place 1/2 ounce of shortening within hash brown ring. Place 6 ounce metal cup of hash browns inside ring. Cook for approximately 3 minutes on first side to a golden brown. Hash browns are cooked on first side when outer edges turn brown.
I have a fun game I want to do with our YouTube live people right now.
Okay. Hashtag
I need to know the rules. No, I want y'all, because this episode right now I can already tell is going to be one of those freaking bourbon cowboys. Like, this show is bourbon, it's a whiskey podcast, a podcast about whiskey or whatever.
What you're saying.
Sorry, on our iTunes description or our podcast description, it says it's a podcast about whiskey.
Okay.
And like today, when I say that if I asked, I would have to ask you, hey man, did you put an ounce of whiskey in those hash browns just to sweeten them up a little bit? Like, that's as much content as we've done today on whiskey. So, which is great.
We made a cocktail.
We need a breather every now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want our people in chat right now on the YouTube live to submit a review as if this is the first time
you've ever heard
heard of this show. And we're going to read some of those right now.
Yeah, we'll read them at the end.
We'll read them at the end.
After the 15, because we're going to go to the 15 now.
Yeah, exactly right.
You ready for the 15?
I'm wait, what are we doing again? Oh,
let's go to the 15.
Let's do it. Well, halfway through that, I knew that I was doing it wrong, and that's why I changed it to it, so that I could say that I didn't technically say the ending.
It's hit the music.
I know, but I didn't want you to be like, "Oh, did you mix up the end in the 15 or whatever?" I'm like, no, because I said let's do it instead of let's do this.
But that's not even the end of the show.
You're right. That's not even it.
Golly. Yeah, I know. And Eric last week did the same thing. I said, all right, do you know what we say? And we go, yeah. And
we used to say, let's do this.
And I say, hit the music. I say, all right, let's go to the 15. He goes, I forget what I was supposed to say. And then I go, I was hit the music. Him. And then he goes, I go, all right, we're back in the 15. He goes, some say we never left. He's like, that's the one I thought I was supposed to say.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
it gets confusing. Hell, I just confused myself. I don't want. Okay. I'm out of glasses.
Whose fault is that?
Don, that Knob Creek barrel proof does not taste like Knob Creek. In a good way. Can I just use your ounce?
Don't just drink. Yeah.
Oh,
I was just going to split that. Yeah.
What, you want to go halvesies?
But then we still have one left over.
I forget that we're not live. Right? I mean, we're live, but we're not. It's not a part of the podcast.
All right.
So can I take a sip of water?
Yeah. All right.
Are you into SMR or whatever it is?
ASMR.
ASMR. OSIB. LIB. ASMR. ASMR? Just quit. Stop it. You look like a praying mantis eating your lover.
That's what I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah. You must be really into ASMR.
I'm really into insects. That's for sure. Like if I see a tick, it's over.
And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left.
All right, we're drinking this Four Roses 20 year that Eric Smith sent us. He sent it before he was guest host, but I'm saying that this is his thank you gift to Grease for letting him be on the show. So this says Four Roses 20 year gift shop. This was the OBSV. They released this in the gift shop to commemorate the opening of their new visitor center. And people lined up out the door for days essentially, and then people were buying them in the parking lot, flipping them for $2,000, and then the price, because there was like
so many,
there were thousands of bottles.
Like
they released
literally you
thousands of
could
bottles.
go the next day and get a bottle still.
And so they released it, and so the price of like parking lot secondary was going down. So then there were reports of people selling it the first day for $2,000. And then because there were still some left over later in the day and the price had dropped to like 900, of buying it back for 900.
Yeah.
And just keeping the profit of minus what they spent on the bottle. I think it was like $200. It was
they made $900,
which
Crazy.
is hilarious.
If they just stood in the parking lot. I came back with a bottle and I made it almost $1,000.
Right. I still got
that,
what I want.
Like, go ahead and book a babysitter. You're going out that night because it's going to get sassy.
Yeah.
Like if I came home and told my wife that I bought a bottle and I got paid $1,000 for buying that bottle,
right?
There's nothing that could stop that cyclone.
Except for maybe a January 4th appointment.
No, that makes.
No, I'm saying if it were January 4th,
yes, it's gonna be a little ball of lightning there for a second, but then that cyclone's gonna turn into a daggum hurricane, and we're gonna wipe some nations out.
Okay, I don't think you should have ever said that.
I mean, that was clean.
No, it was offensive to other people.
Was it?
Yeah.
How many people? Nation people.
Yeah, most of them. All right, so this is it's 57.2 proof, so that's 114.4 if my math serves me. 114.4, 20 years old, OBSV. So that's the higher rye mash bill.
And with the tornado relief, Western Kentucky Relief Fund or whatever, they offered up a barrel to choose, like every recipe. Was it every recipe? I don't know if it was every recipe, but it was ranged from like 21 years to 25 years.
Yeah, it was something absurd,
which is higher than this. So like everybody like that was going crazy for this and getting there.
It went for $275,000.
Yeah, in a charity
yeah.
raffle for a single barrel, which is crazy.
All right, let's
nuts. What'd I say? Nuts?
Nuts. He said nuts. I feel very greasy tonight. I don't know why.
Well, you've already lost our E rating today.
No, I didn't say anything explicit. First of all, you select that.
Wait, we really?
Yes.
But if we violate it, do we have
no,
to
and also
money?
And also E means explicit, not like we had E for everyone and we lost that.
Wait, so what is it? What's the rating?
E is explicit. It's just you check this episode is explicit. You click a box.
Oh, so we're not E. We don't want the E.
No.
Man, E for everyone is
video games.
Video games.
Yeah.
That's the video game rating system.
I thought about doing a video game channel, a Twitch channel stream, because I bought this My Friend Peppa Pig video game for my daughter. I was like, what if I did a Twitch stream that was only me playing My Friend Peppa Pig? To which everyone that I've told this idea to goes, I think you would attract a clientele you're not trying to attract,
Right. Oh, yeah.
which is very, very fair.
Right.
All right. What do you think about the way this smells?
I'm just now getting
a ton
done
of
of my
alcohol.
cold. And I am not getting a lot of alcohol. I mean, I can feel it, but it's not. I'm getting way more.
I get a lot of
cherry.
vanilla.
I'm getting a lot of cherry on it.
I smell a lot of vanilla. Oh, this is the Jack Fire glass. It's the wrong glass.
I can't tell because I burped during one of those.
Is delightful.
Yeah, it smells like it honestly, it smells like the mouthfeel is going to be viscous.
See, it's got a drying effect to me.
No, I'm saying when the smell, I haven't tasted it yet.
I know, I'm just saying it smells like it would.
No, yeah.
But it's drying. It's pretty dry from the
Oh,
age and the oak.
You're saying
I
you
literally
just tasted it
it.
and you're saying it's dry.
Hey, if you're watching out there in YouTube land, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Oh man. Will, what were they selling this for at the
It was like $200.
That's a $200 whiskey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You said dry like as if it's a bad thing. I don't get
No.
dryness at all.
I would never say dry is a bad thing.
This is a light, like not over oaked wedding cake.
Oh. Thank you for the Canadian fund. Andrew West said, nuts.
Okay, so either it took Andrew, thank you for that super chat.
Well, there's a major delay going to old
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Yeah, he's about
British Columbia.
8 minutes ago.
Yeah. It's basically,
I mean,
if you do the conversion rate.
Yeah, you can do a lot in 8 minutes.
Wait, that's a compliment. That's actually a compliment.
No, I thought you were saying you can't even go 8 minutes.
Oh, no, I was saying you can't do it. You said you can do a lot, like you can get a lot done, to which I said, not you.
Oh,
that's weird. All right.
Although 90 days after January 4th. Shoot, let me do the math.
Grease is about to cancel Whiskey Weekend. More like 93 days.
Well, no, I think it's like the 90 days thing is just to get a sample or something to make sure you're fine. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm gonna need to clarify.
Look, we had this whiskey event.
I'm calling tomorrow. Actually, honestly, I just have to talk to Lauren. But listen, Lauren, there's this whiskey event.
Oh, she knows,
dude. Every time I talk to her about it, she's like, I don't know
about Whiskey Weekend.
Yeah,
I know Samantha's gotten cold feet.
Right. Like, how are they getting cold feet?
Because you know why? They're like, actually, we'd rather just go on a different trip with just our husband, not,
Right. Well, we need to convince them to at least come like the last night or something.
Well, I mean,
that did help
that's
me.
what you're going to need after 90 days. Gosh.
This is so bad. What has anybody written a review?
I don't know why I'm in this mood tonight. I'm sorry.
Has anyone written a review on the chat? Or did I not do well?
One person did. It was Adam. Learned more about the Grease's testicles and Will's potatoes. Not a euphemism. Than whiskey. 1 star.
I mean, that's a very feels like a for real review, Adam. Like that. It's
oddly it just showed up on the iTunes feed as well.
It's so well structured. It's not I was looking for people just to go ham on it, but that felt
You're like
that felt
actually,
real.
That stung a little.
That stung a little. I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist this week about that.
Yeah,
There's this guy, Adam.
man,
He's really great.
I would 190 out the door is what Eric said this is. This is every bit of 190.
Yes. This honestly feels like when it's less leather. It's but it feels like a Kentucky Owl hits you, like right out of the gate. It's just bold, it's complex. There's levels to it, and it has an oily feeling to me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm telling you, right in the mid palate, it just dries out for me. Not in a bad way though. Like I like the tannic drying.
I wasn't focused on the middle.
I like that drying sensation. Dadgummit, Patrick's laughing at me. It's a weird night, folks. I'm sorry. I'm having an off night, and
I get more dryness on the back sides, the back sides. I get more dryness on the back side.
All right. This has been a really fun hour.
Wait, we were supposed to do something. Oh, we were going to read the reviews.
We only got one, so
y'all are great.
Love y'all. Mean it.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else to say? You want to say this?
I don't have too much. I mean, we were going to talk about our best pours of 2021, but I mean, as far as our lives, because we're not going to see the YouTube people again, which by the way, there's a giveaway right now on our Instagram accounts for the right to purchase a Van Winkle 10-year at MSRP, which I think is $69.99.
Mm-hmm.
So
something close as that.
Yeah. And if you guys are out of state or not even anywhere close and can't get to that bottle, let me know. I will grab it for you and we will figure out how to get it to you.
Yeah. Live wire whiskey creeps me out when Grease rubs Will's shoulders like that. Me too, bud.
Right here?
Me too.
Oh man, that's just
that single time.
There is literally like
I feel like I'm like you're like a mama cat and I'm your kitten. You're grabbing me by the nape of my neck.
No, the Lord made that groove right there. Because I mean, when I say that my hand just locks into place, it does. It's like it's basically like the Lord said, "This is your shoulder mat."
No, Trent, if you like Taco Bell tasting notes and whiskey tasting notes, you found the right YouTube channel. 5 out of 5 chalupas.
All right, then that's. I was kind of more going.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the 5 stars.
Yeah,
there
were no stars. There was a chalupa involved.
Who was the person that wrote us an amazing review but gave us a 1 star and then they changed it because they heard us I don't think they meant to do it. There was one person like that. We've had some solid.
Then there was one person that gave us a 5-star. But like was basically giving a lot of feedback, and then when they heard us, like, because we were lovingly like, but like, don't think you know what 5 stars means.
They were like,
they're like, no, we just didn't want to kill your feed, but now that you mention it, they gave us a 1 star.
Yeah, man. Well, no, he's like, I wish the best for y'all. Like there was one guy that did that. That was like he gave us a 5-star, but his review was bad, and we asked why, and he wrote back. It's basically like the daggum comments on or the reviews on Apple iTunes. It's like the early internet guest book on Angel Fire pages. Yeah. Like, hey, we're just gonna
how do you know about these Angel Fire
we're gonna comment on the guest book, and
does your Angel Fire page have a guest book?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Want to go look at that? Maybe I can.
I did try to find my Zanga the other day, and it doesn't. I think I archived it or something.
Oh my gosh. I bet you wrote the most emotional blogs.
Oh, it was.
I bet you wrote the most sappy crap.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Because you don't hold anything internally. You like vomit everything out.
Yeah.
So if you were having like an emo day at Belmont.
I'm an overshare is what you're saying.
They haven't categorized what you do yet,
but it's higher than an overshare.
Yeah,
It's like you're gonna know my social security number by heart by the end of this conversation.
Yo, I want you to remember it. I
Right.
really want you to remember the last 4 digits.
Seriously,
Yeah.
because I want you to get a cell phone plan with my identity because I believe in you.
Yeah.
One of those things. I don't even remember what we were really talking about. What were we talking about? The thing
Yeah.
about live.
No, we were talking about these comments and the Zynga and Zanga
the
and
Zynga,
Angel
Zanga.
Fire. And
Oh yeah, no.
Guest
So
Book.
this is what I was gonna say. My highest regarded, like the most comments that I ever got on one, I remember it was on my Zynga, and I listed off like how to love your girlfriend at age 21 or something, or 22 or something like that. Yeah, it was sappy. It was stupid.
Did you get 5 comments?
I think I definitely got double-digit comments.
Oh,
Right.
it's not all you got.
So there was it,
For
and if
writing
y'all,
that
hey,
sappy
listen,
blog post.
listen. I also got fired from a church job because of that Zynga account.
Right, because you may have been working for the youth group and romantically involved with one of your charges.
No,
Yeah? No?
no.
Oh, okay.
With one of my charges?
Yeah, like under your care, one of the youth.
I bet no one was under my
Patrick
care.
just fell out of the chair.
The charges?
Why did you get fired from the youth group job with your Zanga? Patrick's literally on the floor.
Hey, listen to me. I will share that story at Whiskey Weekend, but it's not going to be on anything taped.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the podcast this week. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Rate and review us on iTunes with a 5-star review and 5 chalupas out of 5 chalupas. And if you would be so kind as to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel on YouTube.
That's not how you say it. Please go and sign our guest book on the iTunes reviews page.
You can do that too, all that, and support us at patreon.com/the podcast. We will be live there, so you can still get in if you're watching here with our after party here in just a couple minutes. So go ahead to patreon.com/the podcast. Any level gets it. You'll see a post if you're logged in that will have the link to that. So we don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it.